Hello everyone, welcome to the third episode of Gypsy Jazz Profiles. In this episode, my guest will be New York-based guitar player, composer, band leader and festival organizer Stéphane Wrembel. The topic will be Stéphane's festival, Django A Gogo, and especially the 2017 edition, which I will be a part of. We talk about the concept behind the festival, the venues, the big concert in Carnegie Hall, and what you can expect either as a participant, a student, or as a concert goer, or both. Let's get started, and I hope you'll enjoy this episode, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the next episode.
So I'm French, and I'm from Fontainebleau, which is like the home base of Django Reinhardt and Django's music. Although I try not to copy Django Reinhardt, I'm not trying to clone him. I think once a year I try, or once every 2 years, I try to celebrate his music. I make a special time to celebrate in a special way. It all started in Brooklyn in 2003 or 2004, I forgot, but I think 2004. If I remember correctly, December 2004. I wanted to create a little festival, and we started at Barbès, a place where I play every Sunday night. And we called it Django A Gogo, which at first was an idea of the owner, Olivier. He was like, hey, why not Django A Gogo? That sounds good. I was like, yeah, it's right, that sounds great. So the first one was at Barbès, and then we made it a little bit bigger the year after. We did Brooklyn and Queens. And the year after we did that for a couple of years, and then we started doing it at Joe's Pub, which is a very big, it's a big club in New York and in Manhattan. And we started doing it there, like 6 shows, like the whole weekend. And then after that, we started bringing Django A Gogo on the road, bringing more artists from Europe. And we went to Boston, to Portland in Maine, to Philadelphia, to Washington, of course, again, at Joe's Pub in New York. So we spent the whole week now, like 10 days on the road, like touring with like what I call a super band. And we try to have a different concept every year. That's what is interesting, is we try to make it like a living thing which changes form. Last year we went to India, for example. We went to Bangalore to create the first Django festival that ever happened in India. So that was in Bangalore. So Django A Gogo was in Bangalore with like a group of 6 musicians. And next year we're doing it back near New York, but this time it's changing shape again. So the new shape that Django A Gogo is taking now, for the first time, is going to include a camp. That's one of the important components that I wanted for Django A Gogo. That's been years that I really want to have a camp that's going to be like really serious, with amazing players, and for all the students of every level to have access to these great masters. So I needed a whole week, and we're working with the city of Maplewood, right outside of New York. It's a little town in New Jersey, less than 10 minutes from the Newark airport. It's like a short train ride to the city. All the highways go there. We have 2 beautiful rooms in the middle of an amazing little city center with like tons of restaurants, coffee shops, pubs, everything. So the concept is to have like a teaching camp, concerts every night with a big concert at the end. And it's very important. I think the educational part is very important in the playing. We're gonna have lessons every morning, like little group lessons. And in the afternoon, we're gonna have Stockel Rosenberg teach a lesson from 2 to 4 every day on a Django solo, like exposing like the different fingerings and the different pathways through the solo and stuff like that, like question and answer. It's gonna be like very lively with a lot of playing. And then every day also from 4 to 6, we're gonna have specialty workshops with our special guests And we're gonna have Juanito Pascual, Larry Keel, and Aldi Meola doing workshops. So it's gonna be part, like everyone who plays at the festival is gonna teach the workshop or teach classes as well. So we're also gonna have Dennis Chang, we're gonna have Alfonso Ponticelli, we're gonna have Oli Soikeli is gonna teach too, Paulus Schaefer, David Gastin, I'm gonna teach, Christiaan von Hemert is gonna teach, Stockero is gonna teach, everyone is gonna teach. You cannot play Django A Gogo if you're not teaching. That's the concept. So you have to dedicate yourself as much in the educational as in the playing. Every night we're gonna have shows in Maplewood, but it was important for me to have a big show. I always wanted, I had a dream. Like every musician, I always dreamed to play the Stern Auditorium at Carnegie Hall. So we decided to make it a reality. And so this year, the culminating show of Django A Gogo, which is gonna be like March 3rd, 2017, 3/3/17. So in terms of numerology, these are very important numbers. We're gonna have, of course, gonna be my band to back up everyone and be the presence in the center of that with David Gastin, who's gonna reinforce the rhythm with us. He's also gonna sing a couple of songs. We're gonna have Aldi Meola on guitar. We're gonna have Stockelo Rosenberg on guitar, Larry Keel on guitar, and we're gonna have Ryan Montblanc, who's gonna also sit in with us on a couple of songs. So the idea of the show is not to do it's going to be a celebration of Django's music, but not by only copying Django's music. It's also going to be like playing a few songs, maybe like Mediterranean Sundance by Aldi Meola, and having Aldi Meola and Stockelo Rosenberg shredding a solo on Mediterranean Sundance at Carnegie Hall on a Friday night. That's the kind of thing that someone can say, I was there. That's what I want this show to be. It would be a show where in 10 years from now, people would say, I was there. And it's going to be a very special show. We're going to play, of course, a lot of Django, but a lot of other things too. American music, some of Stockelo Rosenberg composition, some of Aldi Meola's composition. It's going to be, we're going to play a few of my songs, of course. Probably Bistro Fada. There's going to be a couple of songs that we're going to play for sure. So it's going to be a very eclectic kind of show without moving too much from the Django world. It's still going to be centered around Django, but in a very open way. It's going to be a great guitar show. It's never been done before, and I don't know if it's going to be done again, because it's a very big one. It's a very big task. But it was important to bring this show into the world. So one of the very important components of the festival is the fact that we're going to teach all day long, but then every night there's going to be a concert in Maplewood from 8 to 9:30. And then after that, we're going to the pubs and the restaurants in town, and we're going to jam all night with everyone. It's going to be like an amazing time. Education, concerts, and jamming. It's going to be a big, huge party with like some serious and some professionalism, some real learning, and also a lot of fun and a lot of like jamming and playing and great concerts. On Tuesday night, actually, we're going to start the festival with Dennis Chang and Sarah Labriola, and we're going to talk about Django Reinhardt and the Gypsies, like where they're from, because the word Gypsy is a bit of a generic word, that encompasses everyone, but there are like different groups and different histories and stuff. So we're going to go a little bit through that. And also we're going to play some Django, but in a chronological order. So to give everyone who's in the audience a sense of history, a sense of how this music came to life. So then, like, if you're not a Django aficionado, like the students are going to be in the room, but you're part of like the hundreds of people in town who are going to come to the concert, then they're going to have like an approach of what this music is about. So we're going to do like an introduction concert like that on February 28th. Then the next day is going to be Alfonso Ponticelli from Chicago and Juanito Pascual. So they both play flamenco and they both play Django. It's a very interesting combination. So we call it Django Flamenco Night. So it's gonna be a combination of both. Like there's gonna be definitely a Spanish flavor to it, but a very strong Django presence. So it's gonna be a unique show. On Thursday we're gonna have Oli Soikeli and a Rhythm Future Quartet with Jason Anik. And this band is very famous here in America, and they're like amazing players, and they also have their own sound and everything. It's gonna be like really traditional Django and their stuff. Friday night is the big show at Carnegie Hall, and on Saturday it's gonna be Paulus Schaeffer, Christiaan van Hemert, and it's gonna be a real quintet sound. We have David Gastin, Josh Kay on guitars for the rhythm, and we also have Ari Folman-Cohen on bass. So it's going to be a 5-piece band with 2 rhythm guitar, violin, guitar solo. It's going to be the real Django sound, but with like the virtuosity and the creativity of Paulus Schaeffer. And on Sunday night, we're all going to go to Barbès, the place where it all started. Like during the day, we're going to be in Maplewood, but at night we're going to be at Barbès. And we're gonna have a gigantic party with like New York bands playing, and then we're gonna jam, all of us, and we're gonna drink, and we're gonna party, and we're gonna have a good time.